All right, so Rivian is making a huge play for the mainstream, and it really all boils down to one vehicle, the 2026 R2. So today, we're going to break down absolutely everything you need to know about what might just be one of the most anticipated new EVs out there.
You know, if you're even thinking about buying an electric SUV sometime around 2026, then you've got to put the Rivian R2 on your list. Seriously, it needs to be on your radar. Let's dig into why.
See, there's a major new player about to enter the game. The whole idea with this vehicle is to take that classic Rivian spirit, that outdoorsy, adventurous vibe, and mix it with real-world, everyday practicality. And maybe most importantly, do it all at a price that a lot more people can actually afford.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What exactly is the Rivian R2, and who's it for?
So here's the best way to think about it. Rivian really made a name for itself with those awesome but pretty pricey R1T pickups and R1S SUVs. Well, the R2 is basically their big move to take all that cool DNA, all that electric adventure tech, and package it for, well, the rest of us. It's for families, for commuters, for weekend warriors, a much, much wider audience.
So, when you look at it, what screams Rivian? Well, it really starts with its unique look and the super high-tech way they actually build these things.
They've really nailed the look here, haven't they? It's got this perfect balance. You've got those clean, almost futuristic lines, and of course, the signature stadium headlights that make it look at home in the city. But then you get that classic, boxy SUV shape and those tough-looking wheel arches that just scream, yeah, I can handle the rough stuff.
And it's not just about looks. It's about how it's made. Rivian is going all in on advanced manufacturing right here in the US. We're talking about armies of robots doing the welding, automated lines putting together the batteries, even lasers checking for quality. So what does all that high-tech stuff mean for you? Simple. It means a better built, more durable, and more reliable vehicle.
Okay, design is one thing, but let's get to the juicy stuff. Let's pop the hood, so to speak, and talk about what really makes an EV tick, its performance and its battery.
So the R2 is riding on a whole new electric platform, and it's designed to do pretty much everything. You get that insane instant acceleration that pins you to your seat, perfect for merging onto the highway. But then, with the dual-motor all-wheel drive, you also get the grip and confidence you need for a snowy commute or even a muddy trail. It really is the best of both worlds.
But let's be real for a second. The number one thing, the biggest question everyone asks about EVs is range. Can I actually take this thing on a proper road trip without having a panic attack?
Well, here is your answer. Rivian is aiming for a range of about 300 to 350 miles. That is a really solid number, and they're pulling it off with a brand new battery design. Think of it like this. They figured out how to pack way more juice into the same amount of space, which is a total game changer.
And for those road trips, this is huge. It's got DC fast charging. That just means you can pull into a charging station, plug in, and get a significant chunk of your range back in a pretty short amount of time. It's what makes those long-distance drives not just possible, but actually practical.
All right, we've talked about power and range. Now let's climb inside and see what it's actually like to live with this thing every day. So inside, the vibe is very clean, very modern. Everything revolves around this huge touchscreen in the center. That's your command center. Then you have another screen right in front of you for all your driving info. But maybe the coolest part? Over-the-air software updates. That means your car literally gets smarter and adds new features while it's parked in your driveway. How cool is that?
And of course, safety is a huge deal, especially for a family SUV. So the R2 is loaded with all the tech you'd expect. Stuff like adaptive cruise control that makes highway driving way less stressful, and a 360-degree camera that's a lifesaver in tight parking lots. It's all about giving you that extra peace of mind.
Okay, this all sounds pretty fantastic, right? But now for the million-dollar question. Or hopefully the not-so-million-dollar question. What's the price? And how does it stack up against the competition?
And here it is, the magic number. They're targeting a starting price of around $45,000. Now that is a game changer. This is the price that takes Rivian from a niche, high-end brand to a real player in the mainstream market. A price like that puts it smack in the middle of a fight with the king of the hill, the Tesla Model Y. And while they're pretty similar on paper when it comes to price and range, they're really going after two different kinds of people. Tesla is all about that sleek tech minimalism, while Rivian is selling that rugged adventure lifestyle dream.
So when you add it all up, what's the deal with the R2? Well, you're getting a ton of value. You've got great range, all-wheel drive for any weather, cool modern tech, and all the safety features you could want. It's a seriously practical family car that's also fun.
It's really the whole package for someone who's ready to finally make the switch from gas to electric.
Which, of course, brings us to the big question for you to think about.
Look, the R2 is shaping up to be a fantastic option, no doubt. But the EV world is getting more crowded and more competitive every single day. So we want to know what you think. Is this blend of adventure and everyday usability from Rivian the perfect combo for you? Or is your eye on something else? Maybe a Tesla or another brand entirely? Let us know.